السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله الذي جعل الشمس والقمر حسبانا والنجم والشجر يسجدان، فضل زمانا على زمان كما فضل مكانا على مكان وإنسانا على إنسان. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد، صلى الله عليه وسلم 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 صلى الله عليه وسلم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. Welcome to Quranic Arabic Academy, Arabic Grammar Made Easy, lesson number 3. Today in this lesson, we will look at how sentences are made in Arabic. By going through today's lesson, inshallah, you will be able to make a sentence in Arabic. There are two types of sentences you get in Arabic grammar, Arabic language. Number one is called the nominal sentence, and number two is called the verbal sentence. You don't get this in all language. Maybe some languages, but especially in English, you don't get these two types of sentences. In English, there's only one type of sentence, and that is a nominal sentence. Every sentence in English starts with a noun. That is called a nominal sentence. No sentence in English starts with a verb, but Arabic does. Arabic, we have two types of sentences. One is a nominal sentence, that is a sentence beginning with a ism, a noun. And number two type of sentence, a sentence starts with a verb, that is called a verbal sentence. So before going into these two types of sentences, few other things to know beforehand. Let's look at those. Today's lesson, lesson number 3, Jumla, sentence. So a sentence in Arabic is called a Jumla or Jumlatun. Every ism, the default Arab is Dhammatain. So we can put this in Halatul Rafa and say Jumlatun. A sentence, a Jumla, is a combination of kalima. Combination of kalima. Can be two isms, can be fail and ism, or can be two ism and a harf, or can be fail, ism and harf and ism, all combination. Combination of kalima from which some information, command or wish is understood. Example, Allahu Ahadun. Over here, this is a complete sentence. We get the information, Allah is one. We get the full information that Allah is one by just saying this sentence. Jumla is of two types. Number one, جملة اسمية خبرية. خبرية وهي means information. جملة اسمية خبرية. What does that mean? It means sentence giving information about a noun. You need to understand this clearly. جملة اسمية, sentence giving information about a noun. Number two, جملة فعلية خبرية, sentence giving information about a verb. So this is the difference between these two sentences. جملة اسمية gives information about a noun, and جملة فعلية gives information about a verb. A جملة اسمية is that sentence in which the first word is a ism. جملة اسمية starts with a ism. Example, زيد مدرس is a complete sentence. زيد مدرس. In this sentence we can see the first word is a ism. Zaid is a teacher. جملة فعلية is that sentence in which the first word is a fail. Example, جلس المدرس. Over here we see جلس is a verb. So the first sentence, جملة اسمية, is giving us information about the first ism. Zaid is what? Zaid is a teacher. Right? So all other possibilities is gone. Zaid is not a doctor. Zaid is not an engineer. He is a teacher. So in جملة اسمية gives us information of a noun, the first noun which the جملة starts with. جملة فعلية gives us the information of the fail. Okay, who done the fail? Jalasa is the fail, gives us information who actually did the fail if it's in the past tense, who is doing the fail if it's present, and who will do if it's future. That's it. It's a very simple way to understand these two types of jumla. And this is only two types of jumla you will get in Arabic. Either jumla ismiya or either jumla fi'liya. At the end of this jumla we say khabariya because it gives us information. There will be other jumla ismiya that doesn't give out information. There will be another type of jumla fi'liya that doesn't give information. For example, one of these sentences gives you command. It gives you command. Or another jumla gives you wish. So those will not be called khabariya. Inshallah, we'll get into those jumlas as well later on. But this is, let's do this first. Okay, next, jumla ismiya khabariya. From here, we will learn how to make a jumla ismiya khabariya. Nominal sentence. A sentence in which the first word is a ism. So you have to start with the ism to make this kind of jumla ismiya. Jumla ismiya is made of two parts. That's it. You just need two parts. Later on, at the beginning, we'll be just using a single words for the first part, a single word for the second part. Later on, we can make the first part long or bigger. The second part later on, we will also going to make a longer. By still, it will count as two parts. The first part, it doesn't matter how long you make, still it will be called the first part. The second part, it doesn't matter how long you make, still it will be called the second part. Now let's see what are these two parts. The first part is called Mubtada. Mubtada means starting noun or the subject, because this is the noun you're going to talk about. This is the noun you're going to give information about. So it is called the subject, the starting noun. And the second part is called Khabar. So with the Khabar, you're giving information about the first word, which was the Mubtada. It is called the predicate. That's it. These are the two things you need to make Jumla Ismiya. Mubtada and Khabar. Mubtada comes first, Khabar comes second or last. Now we need to know a few rules to apply so we can easily make Jumla Ismiya without any without any wrong thing in the sentence, correctly. Once we understand these two rules, inshallah, we will be able to make Jumla Ismiya correctly. There are three simple rules to follow. Very simple three rules. So we need to understand and remember these three rules. Once you get practice and get used to it, then you don't need to remember these three rules. Those will be automatic. In the beginning, we get to used to it. Do loads of practice. Make loads of Jumla Ismiya, applying these three rules. And then once you get hold of it, or hold of them, you will never ever have to think again. It will be automatic. These are the three simple rules. Number one, the first part, Mubtada, is generally Ma'rifah, definite. So if you start with a definite noun, you cannot start Jumla Ismiya with a indefinite noun. So Mubtada is generally Ma'rifah. Sometime can be the other one. You can see the Nakira. Sometime, but most of the time is Ma'rifah. While the second part, Khabar, is generally Nakira. So it can be other way around. The Mubtada sometime can be Nakira. The Khabar sometime can be Ma'rifah. Later on we will look those possibilities when Mubtada can be Nakira and when Khabar can be Ma'rifah. But generally, most of the time we'll be using Ma'rifah isms for Mubtada and Nakira isms for Khabar. You may be asking, what is Ma'rifah ism? What is Nakira ism? Inshallah, everything we will learn. These two things we'll learn in the next lesson. Number two, the Mubtada is in Halatul Rafa. You see, because this is the ism, has to be in one of the cases. So very simple to remember, Mubtada always in Halatul Rafa, nominative case. Okay. The Mubtada controls the Khabar. Remember in the second lesson I did say the ism controls a ism. Fail also controls a ism. So over here the Mubtada governs, Mubtada controls the Khabar and puts the Khabar in Halatul Rafa. Another way you can remember that Mubtada and Khabar both are in always Halatul Rafa. But what is the thing that is putting Mubtada in Halatul Rafa? What is the thing that is putting the Mubtada in Halatul Rafa? While it is the starting This is it. The grammarian, they say, the starting, that is the thing that putting the mubtada in halatul rafa. And what is the thing that putting khabar in halatul rafa? The mubtada. Because mubtada is controlling. Yeah? You cannot go to halatul nasab. You cannot go to halatul jar. I'm warning, I'm ordering you, stay in halatul rafa. Right? Number 3, if the khabar is a description noun, and most time it will be. The most of the time the khabar is an adjective, a description noun. Sometimes it can be other nouns. But if it is description noun, the khabar agrees the mubtada in gender and in number. I mean, if the mubtada is masculine, the khabar description has to be masculine. If the mubtada is feminine, then the khabar also has to be, the description has to be feminine. And in number, if the khabar is wahid, a singular, the khabar has to be the singular. If the mubtada is dual, 2, the khabar has to be dual if it's a description. And if the mubtada is plural, the khabar has to be also plural. So what are all these things? Wahid, singular, dual and plural. Because these are the rules of mubtada. Yes, Jumla Ismiya. We have to learn all these. So inshallah in next lessons, this one we're going to learn. We're going to learn what is Ma'rifa, what is Nakira. We're going to learn what is gender. Okay, we're going to learn what is number. How do you perform? How do you make from a singular noun to a dual? And how do you perform the plural? All this we are going to learn coming lessons. So
Mama.
yes, yeah. Okay. These are the 3 rules. Let's concentrate again. Go through these 3 rules again and again and again. Number 1, the mubtada is generally ma'rifa. The khabar is generally nakira. Number 2 is the case. What case the mubtada will be? What case the khabar will be? So this is the rule. The mubtada is in halatul rafa and khabar also in halatul rafa. Just to bit understand, why is it khabar going to halatul rafa? Well, the mubtada is putting the khabar in halatul rafa. There shouldn't be an A there. Okay. Number 3, if the khabar is a description noun, and as I said, most of the time it will be, then the khabar agrees the mubtada in gender and in number. Let's look some examples, and these all examples are from the Quran. Very simple Jumla Ismiya. All these are complete sentence, and you can see all 3 rules are applied. The lafz Allah is a ma'rifa, ism ma'rifa. Number 2, it is in halatul rafa, because halatul rafa is either dhammatain or 1 dhamma. Dhammatain or 1 dhamma. When does dhammatain come? When does 1 dhamma come? This is what we're going to look into in next lessons, inshallah. So at the moment, we know Allahu is always 1 harak on the last letter. So because it is mubtada, the lafz Allah is mubtada, we put in halatul rafa, Allahu. And the khabar, because generally nakira, we leave it nakira. And the i'rab is halatul rafa, ahadun, Allahu ahadun. Easy translation, Allah one. Allah, loves Allah is Allah, ahadun means one. In Arabic, it is a complete sentence, right? In English, we have to put is in between to make a sentence meaningful. There is no another word in Arabic for is. The structure gives us the is meaning. Okay, the structure of mubtada khabar is the is meaning. Number 2, Allahu Ghafurun. Allahu Ghafurun. Allah is all forgiving. Okay. Now, one mubtada can have many khabars. One mubtada can have 2 khabars, can have 3 khabars. Right. Can I request you again, please do not click on the mic. Now, please do not click on the mic. It disturbs all of us, even disturbs me. So do not click on the mic. Okay, let's move on. Yes, I was saying one mubtada can have many khabars. Okay, the maximum can have, obviously it has to have 1 khabar, otherwise it's not going to be a sentence. It can have 2 khabars. So we can say Allahu Ghafurun, one information about Allah. We can put another one, Rahimun, together, to give us another khabar. Allahu Sami'un, Allah is all hearer. Allahu Basirun, Allah is all seeing. Allahu Qawiyun, Allah is strong. Muhammadun Rasulun, see, Muhammad is a marifa, definite noun, and the khabar is nakira. We applied all the rules. Over here we will see the rule number 3 also apply. The word, the ism Muhammad is singular, Rasulun also singular. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a messenger. Muhammadun Nabiyyun, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a prophet. Muhammadun Sadiqun. So all these are description isms, and it following the mubtada in gender and in number. Next, Muhammadun Aminun, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is trustworthy. Nuhun, again a ma'rifa noun, a definite noun, name. Nuhun, and mubtada is ma'rifa. Mubtada is in halatul rafa. Nabiyyun, again a description ism, following the mubtada in gender and in number, and it is nakira, and it is in halatul rafa. How do we know it's halatul rafa? By looking at the last letter, dammatayn. Nuh alayhi salam is a prophet. Now let's look at some our daily examples, not Quranic examples, but our normal examples. The khabar agrees the mubtada in gender and in number. Examples: Zaydun is again name of a person, so it is ma'rifah. Salihun, a description noun. Khabar, agreeing the mubtada in gender. So Zaydun is a masculine, Salihun also a masculine. Zaydun is singular, and Salihun also a singular. Gives one meaning. Zayd is pious. Hamidun Muslimun. Hamid is a Muslim. Khalidun Mu'minun. Khalid is a believer. Fatimatu Salihatun. See, the khabar is agreeing in gender and in number. First, Zaydun was masculine, Salihun masculine. Over here, Fatima is feminine. So the khabar has to agree the feminine. Salihatun. Aishatu Muslimatun. Maryamu Mu'minatun. So Maryamu Mu'minatun. Aishatu Muslimatun. Fatimatu Salihatun. Note, Fatima Fatimatu Aishatu Maryamu has only one dhamma. If you look, Zaydun has two dhammas. All the previous other words we saw two dhammas. Hamidun, two dhammas. Khalidun, dhammatain. But over here, Fatimatu, one dhamma. Aishatu, one dhamma. Maryamu, one dhamma. In Arabic, there are some nouns, they have only one dhamma. We will learn them in more details later. For now, just remember all females' names. All females' names will have only one dhamma. Just remember that. Why is it? How is it? We'll learn later on. So this is a tip. All females' names will have one dhamma. Aishatu, Fatimatu, Maryamu, these are female names, one dhamma. Note number 2. To make a description noun to a feminine noun, we say Salihatun is a feminine noun. First we saw Salihun is a masculine noun and Salihatun a feminine noun. So how do we make a feminine noun? This rule is only applied to the description nouns, not in any other nouns. To make a description noun to a feminine, just add round ta, which is called ta marbuta at the end. Just add ta marbuta at the end. We will learn them in more details later. Right? So this is very straightforward. Any description nouns you can make. Again, there are some exceptions. Some words, although it is a description noun, still you cannot add ta marbuta to make a feminine, but most of the time. This is the rule for most words. Description nouns. Just add round ta at the end. This round ta can look in two different shapes. Normally we'll see this shape, and sometime we'll see this shape. Right, one person is having problem, can't hear me. You can do one of the two ways, either log out and log in again, or she can hear me. Can someone type a message for her what to do? Alright, now let's see some examples here. masculine words we're going to make into a feminine word, just applying this rule. Muslimun, we're going to add a round ta end of this word, so it become muslimatun, feminine, a Muslim. Salihun, make feminine, adding the round ta, salihatun, pious. Tawilun, that is the description now, make into a feminine, put the round ta at the end, ta marbuta, become tawilatun, tall. Maftuhun, to make it a feminine, maftuhatun. Qareebun, add the round ta to make a feminine, qareebatun, near. So why we need to make a masculine noun into a feminine noun? Why are we making feminine nouns? As we said, rule number 3 of Jumla Ismiya is khabar has to agree the mubtada in gender. So if the khabar is a feminine ism, we have to make the khabar a feminine as well. And a few other things, we will need these feminine nouns later on. So it's a good idea if we can learn this from now. Next, mu'minun is a masculine ism, mu'minatun, feminine, just added the round at the end, believer. Mudarrisun, mudarrisatun, teacher. Qasirun, qasiratun, short. Mughlaqun, mughlaqatun, close. And ba'idun, ba'idatun, far. Okay, so this was our Jumla Ismiya Khabariya. Very straightforward. Jumla Ismiya Khabariya has two parts. First part is called the Mubtada. Second part is called the Khabar. As I said, later on we'll make the Khabar even longer, but still it will be a Khabar. Sorry, Mubtada. Still it will be a Mubtada. Later on we'll make the Khabar even longer. Still it will be a Mubtada. It doesn't matter how long it becomes. Still both of them will be Khabar and it will be Mubtada. It will have units, okay? It will have more words, but at the end it will become a Mubtada. If Khabar has many words, after putting and joining them up, linking them, will come to an end. It is a Khabar. But at the moment we're just using single words. 3 rules for Jumla Ismiya. Number 1 is Mubtada is Ma'rifa, Khabar is Nakira. Rule number 2, Mubtada and Khabar both are in Halatul Rafa. Rule number 3, Khabar has to agree Mubtada in gender and in number. Let's move on. Jumla Fi'liya Khabariya. Oops. Please. Jumla Fi'liya Khabariya is verbal sentence. Right? Now we will see how we make a verbal sentence. What does a verbal sentence consist of? How many nouns? Well, you already can see Jumla Fi'liya Khabariya is made of 3 parts. Jumla Fi'liya Khabariya is a sentence in which the first word is a fi'l, because that's why it's called Jumla Fi'liya. All depends on the first word. If the first word is ism, it will be called Jumla Ismiya. If the first word is a fi'l, it is called Jumla Fi'liya. Now, in this lesson, we are going to learn how to make a Jumla Fi'liya. Very easy, straightforward. From today, we'll be able to make Jumla Ismiya Alhamdulillah, we already learned it. Now we are learning how to make Jumla فعلية. Now, from today you'll be able to make loads and loads of both type of Jumlas. Obvious, provided you know some isms, provided you know some verbs. Let's go through and look at it. The first part, okay, Jumla Fi'liya Khabariya is made of 3 parts, or it consists of 3 parts. It has 3 parts. Number 1, the first part is called the fi'l, obvious, the fi'l itself, the verb. The second part is called fa'il, doer, the subject of the sentence. So you need someone to do the action. Yeah, so the fi'l comes first, the doer comes straight after the fi'l. Number 2. The third part is called maf'ul, the object of the sentence. So fi'l, fa'il, maf'ul. That's all 3 things you need to make Jumla Fi'liya. Fi'l, fa'il, maf'ul. Okay, we learned these 3 things. Now we need to know what i'rab does the fi'l have, or which case the fi'l falls into. Sorry, fa'il falls into. Which case? What is the i'rab of maf'ul? Where does maf'ul falls into in one of the 3 cases? Does fa'il falls into jar case, halatul jar, the fa'il halatul rafa, or does fall into halatul nasb, whatever the maf'ul? Once we know this, say, very easy to make Jumla Fi'liya. But remember, we have to start with a fi'l. If we start with a noun, that will be, we're going to Jumla Ismiya now. You have to start with. Arabic is flexible. You can start with any sentence you like. If you want to start with ism, that will be Jumla Ismiya. You want to start with a fi'l, same thing. You have to start with a fi'l. Arabic is flexible. So remember, fa'il is called the doer, and maf'ul is called the object. Fa'il, in grammar, we said the subject. But to easily remember, fa'il means the doer. Okay, let's see the rules of Jumla Fi'liya Khabariya. What are the rules? Jumla Fi'liya has only 2 rules. Jumla Ismiya had 3 rules. Jumla Fi'liya has only 2 rules. On first 2. Not first 2 as well. Not first 2. Let's look at it. Number 1, the fi'l controls the fa'il. Remember I said again, ism controls another ism, that is in Jumla Ismiya. In Jumla Fi'liya, the fi'l controls the fa'il. The fi'l governs the fa'il. The fi'l tells the fa'il in which case to go in. The fi'l controls the doer, the fa'il, and puts the fa'il into halatul rafa. Now we know fa'il is always will be in halatul rafa. Fa'il always will be in halatul rafa. Means either it will have dammatain or a damma. Rule number 1, the fi'l controls the fa'il, governs the fa'il, and takes the fa'il into halatul rafa. Rule number 2, the fi'l controls the maf'ul as well. The fi'l controls or governs the maf'ul, the object, and puts the maf'ul in halatul nasb. Puts the maf'ul in halatul nasb. So picture a Jumla Fi'liya. You have got a fi'l first, then another ism, that is the doer, and then another fa'il, Another ism after that, that will be our maf'ul. Fail, fa'il, maf'ul. Fail, fa'il. Fa'il will be in halatul rafa. And then maf'ul will be in halatul nasb. That's it. These are the only two rules you remember. It's not like mubtada. First rule, ma'rifa, nakira. No. Fa'il can be anything. Fa'il can be ma'rifa, fa'il can be nakira. Maf'ul can be both, one of them. Maf'ul can be a ma'rifa, maf'ul can be a nakira. Right? Yes, one thing here we need to see. Okay, just remembered now. We will write that as well. To make it easy, we're going to learn this later on. So make it easy in the beginning. I'll add that as well. Rule number 3. Yeah, rule number 3. The fa'il, which is the doer, agrees the fail in gender and in number. I'll add that, number 3. So we'll put number 3 here. The fail agrees the fa'il. The fail agrees the fa'il in gender and in number. Means if the fa'il is masculine, the fail will be masculine. If the fa'il is feminine, the fail will be feminine. The reason I didn't put that here, we're not going to have the feminine example at the moment. We'll just look at the masculine example. Yeah? So we'll not add this here now. We'll add this rule later on. Just remember this. Just remember these two rules. Okay, next. Some jumla fi'liya requires only fail and fa'il to complete the sentence. The majority of the fail in that jumla will have 3 parts. Fail, fa'il, maf'ul. But some fails in jumla fi'liya will have only 2. Fail and fa'il. You will not have maf'ul for those fails. Okay? Again, the majority of the fails will also have maf'ul, the object. Only there's some fails. They don't need maf'ul. Fail, fa'il is enough to complete the sentence. We will learn those fails as well. Those do not require the object, the maf'ul. So let's apply these 2 rules. We'll make jumla fi'liya. Examples from the Quran. The verb we're going to use is past tense at the moment. Just for example, the verb we're going to use is past tense. Okay. Examples from the Quran means I was looking through some ayats. Okay, I did not find as it is, but in the Quran we do find the examples I'm going to give in different ways, but you'll understand inshallah. We start with the fi'l khalaqa. Then we need a doer. So let's make the lafz Allah the doer. And fa'il is in halatul rafa. So it will be Allahu. We need an object which is maf'ul. And maf'ul is in halatul rafa, which is al-arda. So khalaqa Allahu al-arda. Lafz Allah, we can say dhamma, one dhamma in halatul rafa. And al-arda is maf'ul, halatul nasab, we see one fatha. خلق الله الأرض. خلق created, which is the past tense. لفظ Allah. الأرض, the earth. Created Allah the earth. As I said in English, there is no verbal sentence. Always use the nominal sentence. Starts with lafz Allah. Allah created the earth. Next, khalaqa, fail. Again, lafz Allah, the fa'il, Allahu, and as-sama'a. Because it's the object, it will go in halatul nasb. Khalaqallahu as-sama'a. Next, qatala Dawudu Jaluta. Qatala Dawudu, which is the fa'il, it is in halatul rafa. We see one dhamma. Why don't we see two dhammas? As I said, there are some words that have only one dhamma. We will learn these words later on. But the dhamma tells us the i'rab of the fa'il, halatul rafa. Jaluta, the fatha at the end tells us is halatul nasb. Qatala, killed. Dawood or David. Jaluta, Jalut or Goliath. Dawood killed Jalut. Complete sentence. Okay. Next. Dakhala Zakariya al-mihrab. Dakhala, entered. Zakariya is the doer, the fa'il. It will be in halatul rafa, and halatul nasb al-mihrab, it is a fatha. Now you may be thinking the name Zakariya, we see a fatha there. Yeah. Well, dakhala, as I said, the fa'il is controlling the fa'il, and the dakhala fa'il is putting Zakariya in halatul rafa. But the fatha we see, it is the spelling of it. It is not the actual haraka of the halatul rafa. So this is how the word is. This word never changes. So actually, from here what we can understand, the haraka is not what is halatul rafa or halatul nasb. It is the position. It is the state. In the beginning we said, okay, dhammatain and one dhamma, fathatain, these are the, yes, most of the isms. But when you talk about generally, is the position, it is the halatul rafa. Is the position, the halatul nasb. The role is playing. So Zakaria is playing the role of the doer, and doer is always halatul rafa. So halatul rafa, later on when we go to learn i'rab in more details, we will learn more things over there. That it is the shape, okay? The shape, what is, sometimes we'll see the i'rab with haraka, sometimes we see the i'rab with letters, and sometimes the ism will stay the same. It will not change. But it is the position. Entered Zakariya the mihrab. Zakariya entered the mihrab. Okay, as I said, some fails, they don't have maf'ul. This is it. Khatama Allahu. Khatama fail. Lafz Allah is the fa'il. We don't need maf'ul for this fail. Has set a seal. Khatama Allah. So Allah has set a seal. Next, makara fail. Allahu. Makar Allahu. Allah planned. Okay, next is just a normal sentences, and we'll end the lesson after these examples. Daraba, fail. Khalid is the doer. Oops, sorry, I did not change. I just quickly copied and paste. Okay. Khalid, which we can see coming under fa'il. So what is the i'rab of Khalid? The word will show. Yes, rafa case. It is halat or rafa. But these type of words, what haraka does it take? That's what I'm getting to. Khalid, is that dhammatain or is that fathatain? Yes. Khalidun, it takes dhammatain. What about Zaid? We can see it is maf'ul and is halatul nasb. Yes. Fathatain. So that's our complete sentence. Daraba Khalidun Zaidan. Over here the Khalid is the doer and Zaidan is the maf'ul. Yeah. You see, it is not the i'rab. I mean, it is not the signs. It is the position tells us the i'rab. Yeah. If I change around, if I make dan here Khalidan and I make Zaidan into Zaidun, now what is what? What is what? The Khalidan will be maf'ul now. The Khalidan will be maf'ul and Zaidun will be the doer. Yes, the fa'il. This thing can happen. Yeah. Fa'il can change his position. Sorry, fa'il and maf'ul can change his position. Can come before or after, doesn't matter. There's only the fa'il has to be after the fail. It doesn't matter straight away or it doesn't matter after a few words. It has to be after it. Normal way it is straight after it. Next, Akala Muhammad Tuffah. The word Tuffahun is an apple. Sorry, yes. As I said, just copied from top and hit. Akala, I think we all know, to eat, past tense ate. Who is the doer? We can see fa'il is Muhammad. So Muhammad will have dhammatain. Muhammadun. And Tuffahun, what the sign, the symbols will have, Tuffah will have, because it's maf'ul in the halatul nasb, it will have fathatain. Yes, fathatain. So do I need to write anything else with fathatain, or is okay? That's right, it is not okay. In writing, we need to add the alif. Tuffahan. Akala Muhammadun Tuffahan. Muhammad ate an apple. Next, Dhahaba Bakrun. Complete sentence. Fail and file. You don't need any maf'ul for this type of fail. Dhahaba went. Who went? The doer Bakr. Bakr went. Kharaja Faisal. The Faisal is file. What do I need to put on the lam? Halatul Rafa is dhammatain. Kharaja Faisalun. You don't need maful for this type of fail, kharaja. So all these fails from the same group. Next, Faisal went out. So dhahaba means to go, past tense went. Kharaja means to go out. Kharaja, past tense, went out. Jalasa means to sit, past tense, sat. Who sat? Zaid is the doer. Zaidun. Yeah? Instead of these Arabic names, if we use a foreign names, obviously we don't put tanwin at the end. Yeah, Jalasa David. Jalasa David. Jalasa Christopher, for example. Yeah? So in foreign names, obviously we don't put tanwin. There's only Arabic names you put tanwin. Okay. So this is end of today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Some of the things was not maybe clear before to you, those of you done Arabic grammar. I think inshallah from today's lesson some of the things will be clear. Especially I think it's easy to make Jumla Ismiya and Jumla Fi'liya. It is not that hard that we thought of. It's very easy. For Jumla Ismiya, just follow those three rules. So Jumla Fi'liya, just follow these two simple rules. Inshallah, you can make both type of sentences. In next lessons, we will go into more deep and understand more of the things like ma'rifa, nakira, what are they, what is gender, how do we know, how do you make, what is wahid, singular, dual and plural. We'll go into more of that, and then later on we'll be using all those isms as mubtada and khabar, as fa'il and as maf'ul in jumla fi'liya. We'll see in the next lesson. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.